again. I welcome you. I welcome you as well. I'm very glad to hear this, because people don't know who we are very well. People view an Igbo man, an average Biafran, from the prism of the very clouded interpretation of an Igbo man from Hausa Fulani. It's Hausa Fulani that informs you as to how you can view an Igbo man. I have gone on record before to say it, and I will say it again. I am not a supporter of the coup of Nzo. I am not a supporter of it. I don't believe in military intervention in anything civilian. I allow civilians to sort it out. The job of the military is to go and safeguard the borders, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Having said that, the way the coup was explained to people, the way it was presented, the narratives used to sell it to the Nigerian population was geared towards achieving just one very simple goal: to poison the minds of the people against the Igbos. Not because the Igbos have any ulterior motive of perhaps lording it over other people or conquering them or dominating them, but because only the Igbo people could have opened the eyes of the other people. Only them could have risen to challenge Hausa Fulani caliphate dominance of the entire political and economic landscape. Understand this very well.
Yes.
Now, Britain advised them on what to do. You're a minority in the north, according to British definition.
Yeah.
So are you.
Yes.
But they never set up any minority commission in the north. They set up one in the south. So for them to be able to get at the resources in Biafra land, they need to disable the one constituent unit capable of checkmating them, the Igbos. So what the white man did was to say, we're having a minority commission. Oh, we are worried about the welfare of an Ibibio man, of somebody from Ogoni. If we leave them with these Igbo people, who knows what is going to happen to them? Unfortunately, our people in southern Biafra bought that nonsense crap, basically. And that is why everybody's suffering today. Tell your people, I accept what I have said, and we shall reciprocate. Believe you me, if it were possible to save Nigeria, I will be at the vanguard of it, championing it. Just that the place is not salvageable because of the mindset of the people that you're dealing with. So what we have come up with is a very simple solution. The white man came and aggregated a lot of ethnic nations into West, East, East Central, Middle Belt, and all the rest of it. What we want to do is to have people exist in their natural state, in their ethnic state. Tell people that I said, if Tiv Nation can get together and have a referendum to say we want to be part of Biafra, they are more than welcome to do so. If any part of the North decides to come and say, we love what they are doing, we want to be a part of it, all well and good. Had the Sovereign National Conference canvassed by Tinubu, Shoinka, and all the leading lights in Yoruba land in those days, prior to the coming of Abdul Salami 1999 Constitution, had they remained stuck to their guns to say, we want Sovereign National Conference, there would be no need for IPOB. Because during that conference, it would have captured all our aspirations, all our fears, all our concerns, and perhaps distilled it into a workable formula that will make Nigeria a viable nation or country, so to speak. Nigeria a nation. But the powers that be said no again. It won't happen. They don't want it. Instead, they gave us the Abdul Salami Abubakar Constitution, indissoluble, indivisible. supreme document. We. This is what one person wrote inside Asorok. He's saying we. This is my concern with black people. I have this major concern with black people. Our inability to sustain any fight from a principled viewpoint. There's a difference. When you are in very serious trouble physically and emotionally, you try to do something about it. I am talking about taking up a particular stand and being able to defend it through thick and thin. Tinubu, as you're saying today, was a very radical advocate of sovereign national conference. All the Yorubas, as soon as they got into power, they jettisoned it. What does that tell you about the character of that very person? These are people that you call your leaders and your elites. Men without honor or principle. Sovereign national conference would have solved all the problems. There would have been need for IPOB to emerge. Had they got on initially to say, let's try and resolve this, let's have every constituent party, because I don't want even the smallest ethnic group of only about, say, 50 people to be marginalized. I don't want it. They also have the right to be heard. There's a saying where we come from, I don't know how to say it in English, maybe the president here can tell us. No matter how small or how little somebody is, you must listen to their view, their opinion, and take it into account when making a decision. I'm from Ibeko. Please, Isama Faruku. My mom is from Undume, Ibeko. I cannot go to my mom's village and tell them what to do. Do you understand what it is? Yes. That's how we are. You can't. You're not allowed to, unless they invite you. So there is no way an Igbo man could conceivably dominate anybody unless you equate entrepreneurship, hard work to dominance. If I come to your place and I want to start up a business, a pharmacy, and I buy land and I build a chemist or a drugstore and I do well and perhaps I send my kids to the very good schools I have around you, how is that dominating you? I don't understand it. We didn't go to war with anybody. We didn't conquer anybody. And nobody conquered us until the white man came and fell in 1904. Why am I pointing all these things out? Is that when people have this irrational, morbid fear of an Igbo man, I feel sorry for them. Because only an Igbo man can save you. Ultimately, take this back to your elders, and that's what I said. Eventually, even the tribes that you have in southern Kaduna, the Adamawa minorities, the Bauchi, only Biafra can save everybody. And we'll go on to save the whole of Africa. That I'm very, very sure. I have gone on record to say that anybody rejected by the caliphate is welcome into Biafra land as a full and equal citizen. Full and equal. Have you ever heard that we killed our visitors before? If somebody comes here now looking for you and say I should give you up, they'll kill me first before I give you up. That's how we are. And I can't even ask you to go, to leave. If you come to my house and I give you a drink and you're drinking, ask him and he will tell you. You can be drinking till tomorrow morning. I can never tell you it's late or you have to start going. And I said, you don't try that. Instead you say, oh, since it's 12, do you want me to give you water to shower and show you where to sleep? It's then left for you to say, I want to go. We are peace-loving people. The white man calls somebody a human being or a person. We name them Mand, which means the beauty of life. Therefore, you don't take it. It doesn't belong to you. A human being that is breathing. We call that person the beauty of life. Mankendu. That is why we can't wake up in the morning and start slaughtering people. Like some primitive medieval savages. Which is what we have here. They dominate. They suffocate you. Look at what Junaid Mohammed is doing and Mutanga Abdullahi. Every blessed day, they are hammering. Are you going to allow IPOB to take us to war? You see now the county, he wasn't born during the war. Any idiot will follow them. Ask them, since when did self-determination become a clarion call for war? Since when? Since when is asking for a referendum hate speech? It is hate speech because I tell you the truth. If I sit in the way, I will tell him. You were a champion of sovereign national conference. You got into power and you changed. That is a typical black man for you. There is no honor. All they want is money. And these are the people you call elites. Are they elite? Is that how you ascend this ladder of elitism? By lying to yourselves. That's what I don't like about me. And I frankly don't give a damn who does or who doesn't. Because ultimately Biafra will come. And there is nothing any idiot can do about it. All of them from top to that, they can't do nothing about it. Nobody can stop Biafra from coming. Tell your people, we want them. Let me tell you my thinking. We will have our Biafra, which will be consented to by everybody. Ishekiri, everybody. If Ishekiri votes in a referendum to say, we want to be on our own, believe you me, they will go. It's a coalition of the willing. Those of us who are willing, we bond together, we develop a very viable economic plan. You see what we have. Within 2 years, you see what we have. We have 2 years. And that is what they're afraid of. Yes. If we let Biafra go, it will show the world how backwards we are. Anybody who wants to join Biafra can join. Because you are a thief, or maybe you're from, is it Jukun? Is it?
Jukun from Taraba.
Taraba. Then you come to us as you've come. We now sit down and you say, I want to subscribe to this value system that you have in Biafra land, which is fairness, equality, freedom, liberty. Then we now sit down and say, how do we accommodate you? Because we are already Biafra, Jukun is coming, TV is coming, all these other people are coming. Maybe we can no longer answer Biafra. What name can bind all of us together? That's how intelligent people reason. Yes. Do you understand? Yes. We now sit down, all of us, and say, okay, Biafra is here, these people are here. Now, this is a name that we find acceptable. Do you understand me? Yes. We all agree in a meeting, sign, shake hands, drink brandy, whiskey. Or from today, your name is Benwerian, after River Benue. You're a Benwerian. Yes, if you're Nigerian, you can be a Benwerian. If you're Niger, isn't it? Yes. You can be a Benwerian. Isn't it? Yes. They only took one river, only one. Oh, Malike! They left the other one. Why are we not Benwerians then? Why Nigerians? Is that a name? Is Nigeria a name? You can just what's the meaning of it? If you say you're a thief, I can understand. If I'm a thief, you can understand the culture, the thief dressing, their food, their drink, their wine, everything you can tell. Tell me Nigerian national dress. What's Nigerian national food? You can't tell me, can you? But you're Nigerian. Do you see my problem? At least if I go to America, they can give me hamburger and say hamburger is for Americans. If I go to Germany, they eat frankfurters, which is a type of sausage. They can say, oh, have it. If I go to England, it's fish and chips. You know. In Nigeria, what's your national dish? Do you have one? No. You don't have. But if I go to TV Nation, will I find TV national dish? Yes. If I come to your house now, I say, preparative dish for me, can you give it to me or not? Yeah. That's where we are going back to those things that we have in common. That is how people coalesce together. Commonalities, the things that they have in common. We have more things in common with the Christian populations of the North. Do you understand me? We have many things in common. Let us exploit that commonality and make something come out of it. I told them, for the avoidance of doubt, Biafra will come, no doubt about it. We are going to build a state-of-the-art seaport in Lokoja. State-of-the-art. If they agree, Biafra doesn't extend off the water. If they agree, we dredge the River Niger, make it, internationalize it. So it doesn't belong to anybody. It becomes an international waterway. We will pipe oil and gas for free. Because it is in my interest